What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and things are not looking good for Netflix. Maybe they should have focused on high quality content as opposed to, I don't know, pushing out agenda fulfilling garbage over the past couple of years. But it appears that people have finally reached the point where the product just isn't worth the price. And a new survey of just American customers show that Netflix is set to lose up to 18 million customers this year alone. Now, there's a lot of reasons for that, including the fact that they're cracking down on passwords, the fact that they continually keep increasing the prices, but ultimately it becomes a value proposition. People don't think Netflix is worth the money, and this new survey is pretty rough. This is from the Sun US. Millions of Netflix fans said that they're going to quit the app this year due to soaring costs. A new study finds that users are ready to ditch the streaming service for a number of reasons, with the price hike being the top of the list. Well, I would assume so. This is, of course, something we've talked about on this channel for a very long time. The belt is getting tight. You know, people only have so much money to spend on entertainment. And as the price goes up and people realize, hey, maybe I haven't opened up Netflix in a while, it says a staggering 25% of the 1,000 Americans questioned said they plan to leave this year, according to the survey by reviews.org. Put to scale, that could mean a mind-boggling 18 million subscribers in the United States alone might cancel, which will cost the company $272 million. About 40% of those asked said that the recently announced price increase was the reason for saying goodbye. This comes, of course, as the Federal Reserve raised rates again, meaning many Americans will have to sacrifice non-essentials to live comfortably. And let's be honest, how many of you now, how many of you just watch YouTube videos now? And let's be honest, a lot of the shows that maybe you like find their way to YouTube or BitChute or all these sites anyway. But I find myself watching a lot more like Urban Rescue, or it's like when I have a half hour, 45 minutes at the end of the night, I used to throw on an episode of, I don't know, something, right? Something.exe. But now I'm like, yeah, we'll see what happened. Oh, Urban Rescue uploaded. I'll watch that. Good morning, everybody. Or I'll watch trucker vlogs or tow truck driver vlogs, or whatever the case may be. It's like, oh, this is a 20-minute video. I'll just watch this instead. Netflix is not alone in this decision. Amazon is among streaming services that also announced a price increase in the midst of inflation. In a blow to fans, Netflix announced earlier this year that it will charge users who share their passwords. Those who have access to the account of others now have to find alternative ways to stream their favorite shows. Now, look, I've never been I don't think that sharing passwords is, should be expected, as a user of the service. Now, are you a mom? Are you a family? Do you have a family account and your kid moved away? You still want them to access your Netflix? I think that should be acceptable. Heck, even in my house here, because I have primary internet and backup internet, sometimes it switches between them based on outages. And, Hulu and Netflix flip out every time my IP address changes. And I can only do it 6 times a year on Hulu before I have to call and spend 2 hours on the phone with them. That, of course, I'm paying for it, but they still get mad. Netflix has already had a tough year, losing 1.2 million subscribers in the first quarter. It was also leaked earlier this year that Netflix is, quote, getting ads in October, which adds a more affordable option to access to streaming service. Maybe I'm just completely off board on this. Would that make you more likely to sign up for Netflix? I'm not sure that necessarily fixes anything. I don't really think that people are rushing to to watch ads. I mean, so many of my viewers, you know, I know like people skip ads or whatever. It is what it is. And I know that my viewers support me in other ways. Maybe they go to Coffee Brand Coffee and they pick up a bag of coffee, tea, or cocoa. They support in other ways. But are they going to do that for Netflix? No. And like, will they be able to get around it? Will people be able to skip ads there? You know, the plan could just cost just $7.99 a month. Insiders revealed exclusively. You see, if Netflix is cheaper, really is the cheaper plan, would you purchase it? And I would say maybe it depends. You see only 15%, so 85% of people said either probably not or it depends. I mean, you see Netflix keeps raising its price. They release hundreds of TV shows and a year that flop. They cancel shows that people actually like, and they wonder why people are leaving. If Netflix focused on quality over quantity, this wouldn't happen. Well, I don't disagree with that. There's a lot of shows that, you know, Archive 81. I mean, I really liked it. I was like, oh, this is a unique thing. It's kind of spooky. I like where it's going. Huge cliffhanger. Can't wait for season 2. And it's canceled. There's that true crime thing that everybody loved. They canceled. There's, I mean, dozens of shows that seem to have loyal fandoms. It's like they either don't understand their actual customer base or, I mean, they're just hemorrhaging cash anyway. Netflix is awful. It used to be the one of the only streaming services that offered such a wide range of content, but these days it looks more like the discount bin at 7-Eleven, and its originals are even worse. Once Stranger Things ends, I don't even see how Netflix survives. Well, they have some other shows that are pretty popular, you know, and they keep threatening that they're going to crack down on sharing accounts when there's no way to determine a household. They're becoming not even worth the hassle. Suspiciously, new news outlet owned by Rupert Murdoch goes after Netflix, no doubt because it's, quote, too woke. I mean, okay, how about Barstool Sports? They're pretty apolitical. Netflix is sweating after millions of people have threatened to end their subscriptions after a recent price increase and the cost of living crisis. LOL, as if. I don't know why you say as if. Netflix is girl bossing a little too close to the sun. Of course, they've been slowly hiking up prices over the years, and with the latest subscription set at $13.99 and another increase coming, people are pissed. And I'm really seeing that they may make you pay for multiple TVs using your password, which is a real problem. In reality, I'm not sure who the F would ever get rid of their Netflix subscription. These streaming services have us by the balls. I subscribed to Discovery Plus the other day solely because I wanted to watch the Army Hammer documentary, and now they've got me too. The Sun tweeting up a storm about all this stuff going on Netflix right now. Well, I mean, maybe you have more money than most people. It doesn't really take that much to cancel. And, you know, ideological reasons have led to people canceling, of course, and financial reasons. But if you look, I mean, again, I always talk about this all the time. At one point, you know, you got Netflix and Hulu because it was like $30 for both and you had everything. And you were paying $110 for cable or whatever it is. Now you're paying $130 between Netflix, Hulu, Discovery, Peacock, Disney Plus. You know, you're paying $120 a month. And then also you're paying for your internet on top of that. You used to bundle internet and TV for sub $100 until all the stuff went away. You know, like, you see, not great, Bob. I wonder how much will really come of this. The cost of living seemingly everywhere is a huge problem. Does that mean I'm going to sacrifice the one simple joy I have in life, watching hours and hours of TV inside of my apartment? I pay my entire net worth on every month. What's the point of living paycheck to paycheck if you can't at least enjoy yourself in the shoebox you pay for? I guess that's one way to call yourself a consumer, Kelly Kriegs. You know, you save the sun. You see Forbes Disney surpasses Netflix subscriber count. What does this mean for investors? Not much, because most people keep more than one streaming service. But when you're talking about, you know, depending on the subscription plan, Hulu is getting a $1 to $2 base increase in price. Netflix also announced an increase in pricing, with its basic plan increasing from $8.99 to $9.99, standard tier from $13.99 to $15 a month, and 4K tier going up to $20 a month. The price increases are relatively low, but Netflix has more competition than ever. Well, it's because, I mean, people are just saying we're not, people have one or two, but, maybe they're finding more on Disney Plus. Most people use these streaming services for just filler in the background anyway. And with Netflix expanding their password sharing crackdown and all sorts of stuff like that, you have their chief accounting officer quitting after just 4 months. I think there's some big shakeups to happen at Netflix, and we're going to have to wait and see how it all happens. Maybe that means they'll return to quality, but I highly doubt it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it and you click that red subscribe button down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.